As the shutdown has now gone over a month, a big part of me is starting to think outside the box on how we can solve this problem, because the gridlock in our country isn't showing any type of fruit. And the thought process for me was, maybe we just get a live stream going, present it to the president, and trick him into believing that somewhere, somehow, his wall is being built using old stock footage. As dumb as that sounds, it's still a better idea than even building the wall in the first place.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
So in all, there were 7 Congress folks that decided that it wasn't important for you to be receiving a paycheck right now. These 7 people all voted against this HR bill that would grant you guys the ability, who are not being paid right now, to get paid after the shutdown was over. Fortunately for us, well, not even necessarily fortunately for us, thank God for the sensible people within our Congress who all voted unanimously in the effort to make sure that these furloughed individuals get paid back pay 110%. But it's kind of disturbing to think about the 7 Republicans who said, nah, we shouldn't back pay these individuals, almost as if they hate poor people. Because most people who work for our federal government, contrary to my belief, are significantly disadvantaged. In fact, 20% of the people who are furloughed are using government assistance just to make ends meet. Let's make sure these individuals never find their way back to our Congress. First on our list is Andy Biggs, and besides the fact that he didn't vote for the HR bill that would get furloughed individuals their money back, he also doesn't believe in helping people who suffered through the hurricanes. HR Bill 268 is designed to help people still suffering and will be suffering in the near future of 2020, because conservatives don't really care about the environment. These bills are no-brainers and they still pass, but the fact that these individuals feel the need not to spend money on their people makes you wonder what they'd much rather spend the money on. And you get a better picture of how they plan on spending money when we look at Justin Amish. As you can see, he is no stranger to taking money from the rich and keeping himself richer. He doesn't believe in supporting the families who are struggling right now and has continued to receive a paycheck from the people with the tax dollars we are paying and hasn't batted an eye. How this individual sleeps at night, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure his family hates him. Who am I kidding? They probably love him. Paul Gorser. This lovely individual refused to support the bill HR 6, which is a bill designed to help people suffering currently in our opioid crisis. Fun fact, this congressman, for all it's worth, has some connection to Big Pharmacy. I wonder why a person in our Congress being sponsored by big pharmaceutical companies wouldn't want to support a bill that involves investigating where opioid pills come from. Glenn Gorthman. Besides the fact that this individual is annoying as fuck, he also doesn't support Planned Parenthood. And no matter what your feelings are on that, the fact of the matter is Planned Parenthood is more than just an abortion clinic. They also provide prevention, they also provide education, and most importantly of all, they give people an option to take care of themselves, especially when there is no hospital within a 30-mile radius for you to go. Planned Parenthood is not only for women, they serve men as well. But for some strange reason, white, old, conservative men don't like women, or anybody for that matter, having control over their body. And that is why he voted against HR 3134. But not only does he hate women, he also hates poor people, because he voted against HR 136, which is basically a provision that would help minimum wage families get a pay increase, because the middle class is the only class that has been growing backwards. And I think is that an oxymoron? Is that an oxymoron? Thomas Massie. HR Bill 2152 is a bill that Thomas Massie is obviously not a fan of, because it allows us to investigate and forces individuals to submit how they are using federal funds in their departments. Oh wait, is that Is that the sound of sphincters tightening up as they try and figure out ways to funnel their money throughout their charitable organizations back into their own pockets? Because that's what a lot of conservative Republicans are doing. H.R. Bill 1761. This was a bill designed to pursue, prosecute, and prevent the sharing of pedophilia. He didn't support that bill either.
Listen.
He has kids.
Worse.
He hangs around kids. Ted Yoho. Hey, you know that super brave woman that was out protesting against the Dakota pipelines and then a bunch of mercenary cops went out and blew her arm off? Yeah, this guy allowed that to happen. The approval of the Keystone Pipeline, which has been leaking oil since it's been created and been destroying the ecosystem throughout the area. And he's a big component of big oil. He doesn't believe that the oil industry should ever have to pay, because remember that big oil spill? He supported H.R. Bill 2231, which allowed for offshore drilling, because destroying the world we live on includes land and water, because we already fucked up the air. And last but not least, Chip Roy. This is a Congress baby. He's new to the organization and hasn't had any trouble letting his conservative ways dictate how he's going to be voting for the next few years. We need term limits for the love of everything. He's been in Congress since the primaries have ended, and he's only voted yes on one bill. And that bill that was so difficult for him to vote yes out of the 30 or 20 that he's done so far was to denounce neo-Nazis and white nationalists, which was a unanimous bill, except for one person who didn't vote yes, which was this guy, which is strange. Another video. But one of the things he's voted no to twice so far since he's been in the government is reopening the government. As a politician, a congressman, a governor, a senate, a house representative, whatever your position is, isn't your job to help and abide by your constituents' needs, wants, and demands? Isn't it your job to make sure that these constituents are happy, satisfied, and content with the government? How can you do that when the government is closed? Furthermore, how do you think you are doing your job accordingly and correctly when you are voting against doing your job? It's almost as if you enjoy seeing people suffer. It's almost as if you are just voting because you know this is how you have to vote in order to make your donors happy. All of these people are scumbags, all 7 of them, because all 7 of them voted against doing what they were voted into office to do, protect you. Because last time I checked, Sally Mae's still calling you. Last time I checked, you still have to pay federal taxes. Last time I checked, taxation without representation is theft.